Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ren here, bringing you a nice little Hearthstone tip video. It's a topic that I personally like to dive into myself because I deal with this issue, and it's the issue of getting salty during matches of Hearthstone. Getting salty, for those of you who don't know, is like getting mad over RNG that doesn't go your way, and so on. This can lead to players going on tilt, which means they make bad decisions because they're angry, and so far and so forth. Uh, this is an issue for me because it seems like every time I play a face hunter and I have a muster for battle in my hand, they play Unleash on turn 3 and hit me for like 5 in the face. Um, so I tend to get salty pretty quick, but I do have a couple of solutions for you guys. Just wanted to throw out these exclusive tips. Very high class stuff here. Just wanted to share this before anybody else did. So the first suggestion I have is what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to My Collection, and the first issue with being salty is the deck that you're playing. So the ideal situation to remove all salt in your life is to just make 8 decks of Hunter, and they don't even have to be different decks of Hunter. Because most Hunter decks will be net decked anyway. You can actually just make 8 of the same Face Hunter deck and just switch between them as you play. What this helps do is helps you click through variety so you don't get bored playing this mindless, skillless deck, and it also makes you feel like you're actually playing a different deck than just one deck that you net decked. And then if you don't get RNG going your way, which is not likely in the first place because you are playing this type of deck, most of the time you're going to get all the RNG. And if it doesn't go your way, you can just sit back and say, hey, I'm bringing 8 solid decks to this game, and there's nothing I can really do about it. So that's the first step. What also helps with this as well is if you change the decklist names to like streamers that are good at the game. And you can even change like one card in the decklist, which is like a tech that streamer did, and then you can actually call it their deck. So you can go to like your first hunter deck, and if you want the least amount of salt, you can pick someone that's not salty. So you can say like Strife Crow. So that's my Strife Crow Hunter deck. The more Strife Crow decks I play, the less salt I seem to have in my life. Amaz is another good one. If you want to make an Amaz Hunter deck, that's going to be very anti-salt as well. And one of the ones you're going to want to avoid is Raynad. Do not make a Raynad deck. That is going to be so much salt in your life that you're going to need some pepper to balance that out. So don't do a Raynad deck, but like I said, just change 1 or even 0 out of the 30 cards, and then label each of your 8 decks streamer names that aren't salty, and that'll help you get more salt out of your life. Now, you notice that I have 1 deck slot open. That's just to leave up the option to start playing the most popular yet unsuccessful net deck that exists right now. So like right now, I would just use that net deck and I'd go like Silent Storm. And then I would Google Silent Storm's Demon deck, and then I would just start throwing all the cards in there. And then I would go on ladder, play it for like 4 or 5 games completely incorrectly, and then write on a forum about how bad it is. So I don't want to finish the deck list right now, but that's just, it helps if you just keep 1 deck slot open for that. So yeah, the second tip I want to give is it's actually a pretty secret tech you can throw into all your decks to help reduce the amount of salt that you deal with while playing this game, and that is Sir Nat Pagle here, who I don't even have. So you're going to want to put Nat Pagle in every deck. The reason is, look at how he's laying in his boat. Back leaning up against the boat, legs crossed, holding a marlin. This tells you pretty much 100%, I mean it's not guaranteed, but you can pretty much tell, it's implied, that he's freshwater fishing, because if he was saltwater fishing, he'd have to be in like a much more durable boat. He'd probably look a little stressed out, but he looks calm as a cat, and so you can pretty much imply that he's freshwater fishing. Now what that means is that every time Nat Pagle fishes you a card, you are going to get more fresh water in your life, and that's going to help offset all the salt that you're enduring while playing this game. Now, ideally, you'd want to craft golden Nat Peggle because several science experiments have shown that golden freshwater actually helps reduce salt levels by up to 300%. 4 out of 5 dentists agree on this. 300% less salt when you add golden freshwater to it. So just make sure you get Nat Peggle in your deck. It's only 1 out of 30 cards. Most of the decks you'll be playing are already made for you. So then if you put this card in your deck, you can brag about how unique your deck is and how meta you are, and you're also going to do very effective amounts of reducing salt to make sure you don't go on tilt during that ladder climb. Now the last tip I have is actually one that could actually work, and it's pretty disgusting, but it seems to be pretty effective. So what you're going to want to do, I know we like to advocate free to play and you don't want to spend real life money on this game, but this is only going to cost you about $1.50, maybe $2, depending on where you go. I'm going to cover up the label here. You're going to want to get just a standard container of iodized salt, just some real life salt that you want to get in there, and then every time you feel like getting salty, you're just actually going to take a nice little swig of this salt here. And what that's going to do is it's going to make your tongue absolutely freak out, and it's going to be absolutely disgusting, and you're going to forget about any type of anger issues in regards to Hearthstone that you just had, and you're going to be worrying about drinking water and not trying to throw up. So basically you're just going to take this salt. Let's say I get unleashed on turn 3 like I said before. You know, I'm playing a face hunter and I'm down to 10 health on turn 4. I'm starting to get a little salty. What I'll do is I'll just take my little iodized salt here and I'll just take a shot of it. Now some people are going to want to dab their finger in the salt and then lick their finger. You don't dab your finger in a tequila shot and then lick your finger and call it a tequila shot. So the most effective, the most proper way to do this is you're just going to put the salt up to your mouth and just take a shot of it like this. And that's going to... Hold on. That's going to help you forget about how salty you are, and it's going to make you think about nothing else other than not throwing up. And that's going to help you reduce the amount of Hearthstone salt that's in your current mind. So that's my exclusive tips to help you get more salt out of your life. I hope this helped a lot of people. I know this is a hot topic, and I feel like this video is going to help a lot of people, because these are tips that most people don't think about. So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. I got more tips like this coming. And see if this works for you guys. Let me know in the comments. Thanks.